Hey, what's up? I'm Brandon Lee, and this video is all about using your Insta360 X3 360 camera and the invisible dive case to shoot your vacation. And yes, this whole video is shot on the X3. Thank you to Insta360 for sponsoring this video. So just in case you're new to 360 cameras, one of the coolest features is the invisible selfie stick. So in this shot, I'm actually holding a selfie stick that gets erased in post by the editing software. There's two kinds of selfie sticks that you can use with your X3. There's the standard selfie stick that comes with the camera, and the extended edition selfie stick, which is a whole lot longer. Let's start off with a few shots that you can do while riding your bike. The easiest to do is a selfie, holding your selfie stick about 2 meters in front of you. Then in post, you can create a whip pan effect by adding some keyframes to follow anyone who passes by you. This could be a great intro shot for your biking scene. Left the drone at home? No problem. Just hold that extended selfie stick at full length and rest it on your shoulder as you ride, just like this. If you want the shot to follow you effortlessly, I recommend choosing direction lock in your stabilization options in the Insta360 Studio. Okay, so these are the easy shots, but what if you want to get a little more creative with your biking selfies? For this shot, I just did some keyframing of the pan and the tilt to follow the traffic light and tilt down to me. Now let's get creative with a low angle selfie. For this shot, I held the selfie stick down near the front wheel of the bike. Then, as I rode, I lifted up the selfie stick as high as possible. Then I added a pan in post to look forward while the camera's rising up for a drone-like feeling. This next trick is something I call a windmill spin. So first, you start with the extended selfie stick resting on your shoulder, then just smoothly raise it and bring it down in front. With a little reframing in post, you get this. So now I want to talk to you for a minute about this invisible dive case from Insta360. So with this case, you put your X3 in there and then you close it off, and it is completely sealed against the water, and in post, you will not see the case at all in your footage, and it still has that magical invisible selfie stick function. Here's what a selfie would look like with the traditional dive case, and here's the new invisible dive case. Now you should know with this new case that there are some new settings that you need to apply. First of all, while you're shooting, there is a dive case mode that you can enable on the X3. And then in post, there's a new invisible dive case setting for the stitching, the way that it stitches together the two panoramic images from the different lenses of the camera. And you will need the latest version of Insta360 Studio in order to enable that. And you should also have the latest version of the camera's firmware just to make sure that everything is going to work smoothly. So before you go out shooting with your invisible dive case, make sure your software is updated and you should be good. Now let's go underwater. The first shot you should get is jumping in the water. This is a fun shot to do that can be easily used to create a transition into your scene. Then while you're swimming, try holding the selfie stick down near the ocean floor. This will put all of the interesting stuff in the foreground of your shot, and you can still keep yourself in the background. And of course, you should try reframing to create some added movement in the shot. Next up, you can try doing a spinning selfie. So basically, you just try to hold the selfie stick stationary while you spin your body around it. Then reframe the shot to keep yourself centered, and you get this. I recommend keeping a very wide field of view. When you're out of the water and getting some sun, try doing a boat selfie. Hold the extended selfie stick at full length and just smoothly rise up. And you can get shots off the side of the boat too, like this one. Just hold your stick out like you're going fishing. Here's another shot I got on the way back. I didn't even have to walk out on the deck to get it. I just stuck my selfie stick out the window. Of course, you're going to get some amazing food on your trip, so here's a few shot ideas for capturing the meal. The first shot is a top-down angle looking straight down on the food. I just stood off to the side with my stick extended about 1.5 meters, and what's really important is that I kept one of the X3's lenses pointed straight down to avoid any visible stitching lines on the shot. Then you can just rise up smoothly like I'm doing here, and here's the shot you'll get. You will get yourself in the shot if you go too high, so I recommend cutting it a bit shorter in the edit. For this shot, I just held the X3 right next to my fork, reframed it to look down, and did a dive bomb into my salmon steak. And for this one, I placed the selfie stick between my legs as I was sitting at the table. This allowed me to get a POV shot as I attacked my food. For this dive bomb shot, I just dunked the X3 into a glass of water. Then I used that as my transition into the underwater scene. As you're walking around town, you'll probably want to keep getting cool shots with your X3, so here's a few more ideas. While you're walking, try holding the X3 at almost ground level in front of you. This will get a low angle that showcases you and the surrounding environment. And here's a spinning version of that shot. If you come across a cool looking car, try putting the X3 under the body and then walking straight back. Add a tilt and post and you'll get this shot. This guy started washing the car, so I did a shot while walking away and moving the X3 over the hood of the car. And with some reframing, here's the result. To film these guys boxing, I kept the X3 very low and I just swung it back and forth smoothly. This gave me a shot that makes the boxers look extra tall and it shows the palm trees behind them. And I could quickly get an overhead shot just by raising up the selfie stick. I saw this guy doing handstands and I asked if I could film him. So once again, I held the X3 very low and then I raised it up toward him. Then I added some roll animation in post. And finally, here's a shot of Kobe walking off in the distance. I just raised the extended selfie stick while walking backward. And it looks like a drone flying away. A great ending shot to your travel video. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you learned a whole lot. If you want to learn more about the X3 or the invisible dive case, the links are in the description of the video. Otherwise, get out there, get shooting, and I'll see you in the next one.